Out of the darkness, out of nothing, there was an illumination, an ideology. People die and ideas don't. And the Northwest was the epicenter of a revolution, the foundations of a people, the graft that turned slums into streets of gold, and this city into a superpower never seen before. The blood shed by working hands. Even the injustice overseas for this process cannot go unacknowledged. As for the ones at home, the cotton industry is an ugly business. But butterflies were caterpillars once. And from the cocooning slums, Manchester spread its wings, forever rising beyond the skies. From this hardship called life came agony. My mother, the human vessel from which I came, had disembarked without me. She is now on the other side, and now I must take her place, do her work as she lives on through me. And you are not alone, as our neighbours died too, free from the turmoil, but the scars left on their skin burn into our memories. Malnourished children is still the norm, but I'm the only source of income. It's my job to reverse that, and I hope the new queen is ever graceful, as the queen to my life is gone. They rumoured that you fell for a Fenian factory girl, and that together we scoured the slums of Manchester. We have all read of Persephone, but I have been written into your shadow, Engels. I was your guide to the underworld. It was another world. I walked you south of the Oxford Road to Little Ireland, and you saw poverty in the flesh. It made you miss your life before enlightenment, where the roads were clean and the air was fresh. You learned that exploitation does not just live in books. It took your love of a factory girl to see that. It made you restless. Your shoes looked like they wanted to clack with the ground, like they wanted to move with the sound of the city. You left, and my sentimentality got lost in the move. The drop looked deep when I came to the brink, but I've learned through near drowning that salt water's no drink. Madness moved my limbs to flailing, my mind a mess but my spirit prevailing. Still tasting your name on my tongue, I spat you love songs of our concealed relationship into the sink. I'm tired of hiding in undiscovered places. I've been scattered in the back pages of history books, and I'm torn between those pages. While you were making your mark on this earth, your earthly lover was left forgotten. While men like you profited by writing about the struggle, our stories were reduced to statistics. We reunite when we take the trip to my home. The wind whispered golden that day over the wild waters that took us there. The streets sung of poverty, but you fell in love with the motion of light through Irish trees and the way that rain and sunshine succeeded each other, suddenly and unexpectedly. There was none of the grey English boredom. Scholars have a lot to learn from working class women. I made you listen to the cries that slaughtered the still night air. You filled 15 notebooks with your findings. You wrote of revolution and of industry, and thanks to me, you found humanity in academia. The departure would be her last, and her other half was detached, her other half now educated about Manchester's harsh reality. Mary died, a revolution was born. People die, and ideas don't. Legacies certainly don't. And those who inhabited the slums each had a story to tell, but only one had a story of courage, hope, breaking down social barriers, female empowerment and education to outsiders. The teachings of your struggles remain to this day. Your hardship charred the social injustice. Mary's flame can never be extinguished. The fire of Manchester burns inside us all.
Manchester, Salford and beyond. Mary Burns. She was his passport into the back streets of Little Island, Angel Meadow, Ancoats. So she took him as a German industrialist into the back streets and saw how people lived, what the conditions were, what kind of, what their day-to-day life was as workers.